today. This is module 14, project 1, where we are supposed to be building a mobile app using React for the front end and Java for the back end, while utilizing ExpoGo to display the work on mobile. So basically this project was to allow users to log in either as a customer or a courier. For the customers, they are able to browse through restaurants, pick the restaurant they want, pick menu items, and make orders. And on the courier side, they are able to view orders and progress through the order delivery cycle until they deliver the order to a customer. Basically, the main features for this is number one, that there is authentication, and where users are authenticated when they log in via email and their password. Then the next role is role selection. They choose whether they log in as customers or clients. They're able to browse restaurants, place orders, and it can show order histories both for couriers and for the customers. And customers, lastly, and couriers as well, are allowed to update their contact details. So in totality, that is what the project was about. In the front end, it uses React, it uses Expo and the React navigation. In the back end, it used SpringBoot Java and used also APIs to communicate with the back end, and also I used mySQL for the database, and I started also notifications for email and SMS. Filled in the fields, even though the app that I was going to use for that did not work. The functionality was ingrained there anyway. So just to start the project, as you can see here, this is the mirror of what is going on my phone. I noticed that you notice that it's not working right now. That is because I have not started my ngrok app, which enables me to be able to connect with my local web. And once that happens and I reload the page, apologies. So after I start the ngrok app and I also start the npx expo steps, ensuring that we're starting it within a tunnel, and confirm that the SpringBoot is also started. Ensuring the SpringBoot is also started so that we can be able to access the backend. dbeaver was already started, so we can access the database because we're going to also be making some changes to the database, especially in the emails and the fonts. So the backend started successfully, gave us the ports. The front end started, and I will reload that page again and bring in my custom page. The background, you can see that the port is started. So the login, I will open these files. The login and the auth context both work together. First, I will minimize this a little bit. The auth context is an authentication context document file that I created to manage users as they log in and log out of this of the app. Basically, to supposed to track logged in user information, as allow them to select a role, so that when the user is a customer, it directs them to the customer page, and if a user is a courier, it allows them to go to the courier page. The AirDroid does not display the page when you're trying to log in and show password out of security issues. So I am going to log in with one user here who has both customer and courier authentication. So the authentication document also has various functions, And one of the functions is to assign roles and allows users to log in and log out. And it saves the user's sign in information as well. So when a user is signed in, just like I did, what happens is after they enter their email and their password, then we are able to determine if the customer is a courier or a customer. If the user, sorry, is a courier or a customer. If it is a customer, it directs them directly to the customer app. If it's a courier, directly to the courier app. The current one that I'm using, the user is both a customer and a courier, so they get the account selection page. And the account selection page, if I select customer, it goes directly to the restaurant list. If I log out, for example, log back in the same customer, and I select courier, it goes to the courier page. So login and the auth context handles the assignment of roles and the redirecting of and accepting the signing in content, and then they're redirected to whatever account they're using at the moment. Next, we will go in terms of the app tabs, the application tabs. This the app tabs worked in conjunction with the app navigator. Sorry. The app tabs worked with the app navigator to provide the main navigation structure for the whole app. So it controls the screens which the users can see based on their roles and the authentication status. Basically, what it does, it organizes this file organizes the roles and organizes all the screens into stacks where they're needed, like the restaurant stack, and into tabs, like the bottom tab here in the courier app has the bottom tab which has deliveries and account, and in the restaurant app we will see that it has, I will log out here and show you the restaurant app, and we'll see that it has 3 tabs: the restaurant, the order history, and the account. So basically this page is the app navigator is responsible for the flow of the app. Now, just to go back, when a customer enters the correct credentials, if there are user who has both customer and courier roles, they are taken to the account selection page. The account selection page here is to redirect them, to let them know which role to choose and which one to which account that they want to use. The select role is important from the authentication the authentication context document to help with the role selection. And here is the select role, which helps with the role selection for them to be able to toggle between customer and courier. Now, if we choose to go the courier side, the courier has 2 tabs, the deliveries and the account. The first page that we meet in the courier app is the courier deliveries. This has a list of deliveries which have been assigned which are available to the courier. It lets couriers update the status of each order. So from pending, which is red, in progress, orange, and delivered, which is blue. And apart from it continues down the line. So every time a courier taps, for example, let us take the first one. When we tap the button, it moves from pending to in progress, and tap the button again, it moves into green, into delivered. So couriers can tap the button to advance the order status that they have. After they do that, they can be able to view full details of the delivery that they are supposed to be going to have. So the delivery has the status, has the address, the restaurant, the order date, and the items that they are supposed to actually go to deliver. So this is all, fetched from the back end. Sorry, I did not open the courier deliveries file. This is all fetched from the back end, and it uses various functions. For example, if we pick the model, the open model is for the action we just did, to open the model which contains delivery details and to display all the information that we need. It has a use effect, for example, it's supposed to go to the backend, fetch all the orders and display them in the table, and so on and so forth. Aside from the deliveries tab, there is the courier account tab. The courier account tab contains courier details. This is basically the emails and the phone numbers. Now, this helps the logged in user to be able to manage their account if they should choose to. And we can do a test run. For example, the courier email is courier A at example. We can try and change call it courier A at yahoo.com. See whether that changes. And once we scroll and click update account, and it says alert, it gives us the alert that the details have been updated successfully. And if we go to our dbeaver, our database, and check the courier, we go to our database and check the courier, and we will go to courier, refresh the page just in case it didn't refresh, and you can see that we are changed to courier A at yahoo.com, and that has changed. And I will bring the address over here just for us to confirm. If we want to change the phone number, which ends in a 98 now, and maybe we want to edit it to end in a 4565, the update account, it says account updated successfully. In our dbeaver, when you refresh, that also happens. Move this to the side because we don't need that right now. We try the same thing with the customer account. I will log out of that and log into the customer account. And the customer account, the first thing they find is the customer list. And when we go to the customer details, the same thing happens. This app is supposed to display right down at the bottom. It's supposed to display the name, email, and customer phone, and update all the info if users choose to change their information. Same thing with same thing I did with the courier. We can go to the customers, looking at customer A. Customer A is the one we currently have on our screen, and we can see whether we can change their email to that information persists in the background. So yes, we do receive an update, and when we refresh the data, sorry, my screen was too minimized there, the information changes. Put this to the side and let that go. The next bit that was supposed to be carried out for this is to ensure that when a customer requests makes an order, when they make an order, in the menu model that shows up, that they have the option of receiving the confirmation via text and email. And that can happen in the checkbox here, either phone, SMS, text by email, and you say confirm order and it goes through. Currently, this backend does not work, and it doesn't send a notification because I had a few issues with the Notify EU, which had some authentication issues where I was told that my channels that I was trying to set up could not be approved, and I had to contact the center. And of course, being holiday time, that was not going to be available at the time. They had chatbots, but the chatbots and I did not get anywhere at all. It directed me to actually make a call during work hours. All right. So basically, that's it. All the content is as required. All the content is scrollable, so you can scroll up and down, and it does not scroll and spill over into the navigation bar. Importantly, when you scroll the restaurants, you can see all of them, and also the header and the footer are always available and visible. The only places the header and the footer should not be is in the login, which does not display here, and also it's not supposed there was supposed to be no header and footer in the account selection page, and as you can see, it's not also displaying here. So that is the end of module 15. It's a module 14. It is a module I have really enjoyed, and I have enjoyed learning how to work with React and React navigation, and making sure that I have been able to learn how to optimize content for a smaller screen, number one, and also be able to to have responsive screens also, no matter the size. So thank you very much.